Get a couple pictures of him and you.
Okay. Perfect. No, I've owned that since I was, gosh, I think I was like 18 or something when I got it. In high school, my senior year in high school and then in college, and I went to school in music school in San Francisco, the conservatory in San Francisco. But I used to play rock and roll gigs with some other folks, and I kept saving my money. And when this marimba came up, I actually paid $2,000, I remember.
Oh,
wow.
wow.
And even at that time, though, that was probably a pretty good deal. And well, that was 40 years ago, so it was a lot newer then. So it didn't have, it didn't have the nicks and pings that it has in it now. Are you going to tap on it more?
He's listening.
I remember when I bought it that
Keep playing.
I
playing.
was so happy with it when I bought it. But I've had it for 40 years, and I used to do gigs, a lot of gigs, church gigs and things with it. Yeah. So it's seen a lot of use, but I've always taken pretty good care of it. I've never, and I'll tell Zach too that you can't, you want to be real careful and not play it outside. You don't ever want to leave it in the sun. It's not an outdoor instrument. Like you see marching bands and stuff with their instruments outside.
Right.
You don't want to do that.
It'll dry the bar or
Well,
something.
you just don't want this. You just don't
Sun
want direct.
direct.
Yeah, but think of it like a fine piece of furniture.
Yeah.
You just don't want that kind of thing. If you buy a modern instrument and it's going to get beat up, then fine, that's just the way it's going to be. Or a lot of those outdoor instruments are the Keelon, the synthetic instrument.
Right.
So that's fine outdoors. But with this, you definitely don't. Well, the reason why it's in such good shape is because it's really never. Whenever I've had it in a home or someplace where it might be. I've always been real careful not to let the sun touch it, not to let any water touch it. Don't drink coffee or hot chocolate around it.
Right.
You got little cousins and stuff. If you got young kids around, don't let them play around. It's not a toy,
Yeah.
right? It's a fine instrument. You don't want them to take a pencil and start scribbling their name in it or anything like that. You want to be real careful, especially with the money you're going to spend on it. Take really, really good care of it. So I've always taken really good care of it. I put lemon oil on it every. Well, I did this morning. I put some oil on it, but I would say every 3 months or so, apply a nice coating a nice thin coating of lemon oil. Just furniture polish, lemon oil. Spick and span for you. I'll tell you the reason why I'm selling it. It's because when I bought the instrument 4 years
On the way.
You're not in it.
Okay. First night, breaking it in. The
Inaugural play.
while, hasn't it?
I'm ready.
What's wrong?
There we go.
What's wrong with it? Oh. It's a pretty melody.
It is pretty.
polished up a little bit, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Pretty good though. Pretty good for memory for not doing it for like 6 months.
My arms are tired.
Nice job, Zach.
Good job. Recording again.
With the beautiful blue sticks on it.
One big
Blue and that brown goes
Shot.
together.
Maybe we would have more
Look.
light on it.
at that beauty.
Is this like, are you
Yeah, I'm video.
taking a picture or is this?
No, I videoed.
No, this.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
Isn't that pretty?
Cartoon.
Go again, buddy.
adjust the height?
That'd be great.
That'd be a little high. We have a 6-foot guy in the university. I'd be probably the last one to use it. I put it down to, yep, right there. Tighten it up and then stand back here again and see if it's going. Sure? Yeah. Okay. You want to play a few notes? It's up to you.
Sure.
Go for it.
Okay. got Courtney. I'll be playing Etude 1955 Black Rail Hatch.
That was
That's
actually.
okay. Well, no, I flipped it
turned
off.
it on.
I flipped the switch, but anyway, the one little thing that took away from I got nothing to say. Shake my hand. Fantastic. Keep it up. You can play it in the second one. Good. Try again. Zach, while I write on this form, if you want to play a little bit, that's fine.
Okay. Do you want my snare piece right now? Do you want my snare piece?
Sure.
Okay.
I'll figure it out really quick.
I'm Zach again, and I'll be playing Style Suite, orchestral by Murray Houliff.
think so, not at all. That was great. You know, my biggest piece of advice is just that, and it's not really something, it's not really you, it's that your drum. It's just a little ratty. Yeah. You just got a lot of snare buzz going on. So when you get into places like where you had these 16th note triplets and you had rolls around them, the clarity wasn't as much as it could have been, but it wasn't your playing. It was just a little ratty on the drum. So maybe tightening up your snares a little bit and playing around with that. You know, a big part of what we do, we have to play so many things, and a tom-tom, snare drums can sound a million different ways. This is how tight this is, how tight that is, how tight the snares are. So start worrying now. You're obviously worried a whole lot about how you play, and it's wonderful. Now start getting your instruments to sound the way you want them to. Have the way that you like the snare drum to sound. And that's, you know, a lot of guys are really passionate about that, and they get to play more sophisticated stuff, and you're already kind of there. One more thing. Can you play for me right around 25? Did you turn the snare off? You did. There. They're on? Okay. Go for it. There's a whole lot going on, right? You got 30-second notes, you got some triplets thrown in there, 16ths, rolls. Try to make it as clear as you can. And part of that might be the drum also. Exactly where the beat is, exactly where the time is. Play one more thing. Make sure you know for sure, right? If you know, then I'll... Duple to triple is what they call that. Make that transition as easy as you can. Go. Sure. All right. Talking about? You could, I mean, this is kicking stuff, man. Okay? That's a compliment in this. But now, just be super careful. That's a really hard skill to go from duple to triple. Try one more time. Look like you want to. We all tend to do, and you're doing a little bit, is to crush those duple rhythms up a little bit. You smush them some, and that kind of puts you ahead of them. But that's kind of I'm Northwest.